Hey, this is Cheryl with Porch Talk. So this is actually part 3, but it doesn't have to be part 3. So what I'm doing is I have cards and I love these. Um, I'm just going to pull the rest of these and finish up this deck. And because there'll be a day maybe I don't post a video, and I'll make shorts out of this and reels out of it, and you'll get some new content. I ask that you please like, share, subscribe, especially subscribe. I need the subscriptions. And comment. If there's anything you want me to talk about, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about my videos. I love to get your feedback. And when you do leave comments and you subscribe, it helps my videos to be pushed out to more people. It's called the algorithm. And I hate using that term, but it is what it is with YouTube. So the more that you engage with me, the more that I can share with people. So today I thought that I would just pull a deck of cards and talk about what's on the cards. I love doing this because it's very impromptu and it helps keep my brain sharp, and I can talk about anything. I've been through everything. I can talk about anything. I'm going to take my glasses off. It is at least 1,000 degrees here in southern Georgia. I live in St. Mary's, Georgia, and wow, it's hot. So it is July 7th, and I guarantee you it's probably 97 or 98 degrees out here. But I'm under the stoop, so it's not too bad, and there is a little bit of a breeze coming in, a little bit of overcast, so I'm not in too much. And I got my trusty electrolyte drink, so you got to take care of yourself when it's hot like this. Don't go unhydrated. I just wanted to show you guys, this is one of my necklaces that I've made, and it's blue heart, gorgeous. Love this heart. I make all the chains by hand. I do all the wire work. I even make the stone. So if you're interested in those, I am working on them. I do have quite a few done. I've been working on them. I have a lot of these cards that I'm reading off of, many decks. I will be, getting all that stuff together and posting it online for you to purchase from me if you'd like it. I use these cards every day. I give them out to people. I have ones that are just little sayings that you can give to people, attaboy cards, cards that you can give your grandchildren. I have some with more religious connotation to them. But these you can put in your wallet every day. Story. I have a super good friend named Giovanni who was walking through the park one day. I was eating my lunch, and I've told this story before, but this is such an incredible story to me. And when he walked by, I didn't see his face. I didn't see anything. The only thing I saw was the saying on his shirt as he was walking past me that said, let all things that you do be done in love. And I was like, wow. And I said, hey, I love your shirt. And he turned around and he said, thank you. It was a gift. And so he came to me and I said, where did you get that shirt? I want one. And he said, I think he said it was a gift from his grandma or somebody like that. And so we started talking, and he was from out of town. He's working on the subs, and he said, yeah, I was just kind of looking around for a place to, eat. And I said, well, you found the best restaurant right here. And I said, why don't you sit down and join me? So he did. He sat down and joined me. We had lunch, and he and I have become super good friends, really, really good friends. Super spiritual person, has just taught me so much. But so the main thing about that story is I had 3 cards in my wallet, and I had one that I make my own kind of beauty, and the other one was that I loved who I was, and the last one was, in all things you do, do them in love. The same identical saying. And when I showed him that, he was like, wow, I guess we were meant to meet. I don't know if, some people believe in meetings like that, but I believe that people are meant to cross paths. And he and I are just really best buddies. I mean, he has shown me so much about God and, stuff that he does, that how he's, as he calls it, watering his relationship with God. And, the things that he went through in his life. Actually, our lives have a lot of parallel events in them, and it's really, really nice to meet somebody. I really do believe God's sent him to me, that I can talk to, and I can tell him anything, and he knows. He can tell me anything, and we have each other as sounding boards. You just don't meet people like that a lot. So thank you, God. I appreciate it. And I have a good friend in Melissa. Same thing. Super good friend. We bounce ideas off of each other. We learn from each other. And we're good friends. And I have an older son who I went to church probably about a month ago. I think he was shocked because I never went to church because I always was afraid I was gonna burst into flames, all right? Because I was a true big sinner. So we went to a church called 1122, and I love to sing. I've always loved to sing, and I sang my heart out. And I believe that my son saw at that moment that I really had changed. I don't think he saw it before, And I just felt his spirit next to me, the joy. And he's going through, some issues himself, but I think that having me there as his mother, but also cheering him on and helping him, support him. And my friend Melissa, she was there too. And us being there to support him and help him, in the situation that he's in. I think, we need to support each other. We need to support our brothers and sisters. We're all on the same trail, going through the same stuff. Maybe not exactly the same stuff, but we all need each other's support and love. And I just, I thank my friends. I really do. I love my friends. I would do anything for them. And, I just thank God that Melissa and Giovanni and my son and so many people have come into my life and really filled me up and helped me a lot. So I give all the glory to God. I really do. So anyway, we're going to go back to some cards. It says, I deserve a life that feels safe, secure, and in harmony. Do you think I had harmony and safety and security in the life that I was living before? No, I did not. It wasn't until I gave up all of those things. I changed people, places, things, and I stopped running with people who had a very low bar. I have a high bar, and I won't lower my bar for people. Unless you meet me intellectually and spiritually, chances are you're not going to get into my space. I have to feel that safety and just know that your head's screwed on straight and you're going in the right spot. And I do have another group of friends, of very, very wonderful people. I play bingo and went to a 4th of July parade with them and go to their pool and had a barbecue. It was great fun. And I enjoyed that so much. But yeah, I mean, and when I checked them out and saw what great people they were, doors wide open. And they bring me much joy, and I appreciate God bringing those people into my life. But yeah, you can't feel safety and security or harmony if you're living your life like a banshee. If you're living your life in sin and you're living your life in bars and doing drugs and doing other things that you shouldn't be doing things in the darkness, God sees that. You know what's right. You know what's wrong. You're never, ever going to feel safety and security and harmony. What you are going to feel is self-hatred. You're going to feel... Come on, baby. Sorry, I had to let my doggy out. You're going to feel the sting of your sin. You're going to feel dirty. You're going to feel... you're going to be hearing that voice saying, oh, don't listen to all that crap. No, but it's true. It is true. If you don't turn away, change people, places, and things, and commit your life to God, put your safety, security, and your harmony in His hands, you're never going to have it. Never. If you do get it, it'll be a fleeting thing. It will not last. Sorry, it's so hot. God. And I love this. This one says, I draw from my abundant inner strength when I need to. Do you know what my inner strength is? It's God. It's God. I know that when I don't feel strong, when I come up against something that I don't understand, I pray about it. Say, God, what would you have me to do, in this situation? And it's only with my trust in God and my trust that I've now created that I think I can trust myself. But it comes from me changing people, places, and things that I have gained the inner strength that I can draw on. And if I don't have strength, I can always draw on God. And I can always draw strength from my close-knit friends who I know are all going in the right direction. Sure can. But I stay away from the outside world as much as I can because there is no peace there. There is no abundance there. There is no strength there. What there is disaster, sadness, and darkness. So stay out of the world as much as you can. Do yourself a favor. Yeah. So I love this. It says, I release tension from my body, allowing peace to flow through me. Where does peace come from? Peace comes from you forgiving yourself, you forgiving people who have harmed you, you forgiving things that you've done in your past, and it comes from God. It does. And when you can get all of those things together, that tension that you have in your body from making mistakes, from feeling bad about yourself, it's all going to go away. You can release it, and you can have a smile on your face, have some joy in your heart. I heart you all. I love that. But share your joy and share your peace. But if you are part of the world, you are not going to have these things. They may be fleeting, but they will not be lasting. I want lasting joy. I want lasting peace and abundance in my life. And I know that the only way I can get in is with God and, my very good friends around me. So we only have a few more cards left. It says, right in this moment, I am okay. I am okay every day. When I open my eyes, before my feet touch the ground, I lay there and close my eyes and say, oh, good morning, world. Thank you, God, for giving me the gift of this day. What can I do to be of service to you? And this sounds really silly, but I consider what I'm doing here in these videos to be a gift. I feel very led to do them. I feel like God has said, go out there and share. Go out there and share, your life and your experiences to let people know that you can change and that there's hope. Because I truly was hopeless. If I had remained on the path that I had, I don't even think I would be here. So, but there's joy and peace, and I am better than okay with myself now. I am such a happy person. I am so overfilled with joy and love, and and I know it all comes from big changes I made in my life and throwing all that garbage out and learning to love God and to put my life in God's hands. Yeah, you can do that too. You sure can. So seek that out and you will see a change. And it doesn't happen overnight. Don't get me wrong. It takes work. You've got to work at it. It's a process. I didn't do it for many, many, many years. I lived in complete, total, utter darkness and sin. And I destroyed so many people around me, and I hurt people. And you know what? I'm not that person anymore. And, thank God. Thank God for the miracle of forgiveness and grace and mercy that I'm able to sit here and talk to you and share my experiences with you. And so I ask you, if you are getting any value out of my content, And I literally share from my heart. I do not script what I do. I just, sometimes I do write notes on certain topics, but for the most part, I just turn the camera on and I let it go. But if you find value in the content that I am making, please like, share, comment. I love comments. Please comment below. Let me know what your experiences in life are, and how you like my, what I'm doing, the information that I'm providing. I need your subscription. My channel's growing leaps and bounds, but I need more subscription. But please share, like, comment, subscribe, and that way YouTube knows that you love my content and they'll push it out to other people. Because it just doesn't go out in your private circle. If they know that you're doing a good job and people like the material, they push it out to a larger crowd. So please do that for me. I would love it. I'm trying to monetize my channel, and I'm not doing this just for monetization, but since I am doing it, it might be a nice side effect from, the time that I spend, doing this. But anyway, I would appreciate that from you if you would do that for me. And you can join me every day. I try to make a new talk every day, or at least every other day. It's been holidays going on. I had great grandbaby born, birthdays. Oh my goodness, we had lots of stuff going on. So I've fallen off a little bit of my daily track, but I try to, like today is my third video. I'll make these, and then when I don't do a video, I'll pull this out and I'll make shorts out of it, and I will post them on my YouTube channel. And that way you guys are always getting something fresh and new. So come and join me every day, okay? And I love doing these talks. So my next card is, I am strong enough to cope with difficult emotions. This is hard. I recently failed that test. I didn't fail. I stumbled and skinned my knee, okay? I had a situation come up, and that I felt very strongly about, and I was upset, and I voiced my opinion to a family member, and I didn't regret it right away because I got it off my chest. I kind of felt a little bit better, but as I thought about it, I thought, it's okay to feel that, but there has to be a more productive, godly way to to convey that message. And he said something to me, and so we basically waited a couple days. I wasn't mad or angry. I just said I apologize for not handling that situation like I should have. And I'm human. I'm fallible, and I make mistakes too. So I had to depend on God. Number one, to go to that person and ask for their forgiveness. But also, I pray that the next difficult thing that comes up, that I will better be able to cope with difficult situations. And it takes practice. It's not something that you just go, okay, I'm going to do that. Nope. It's something that takes practice, because we're human. We snap back. And I'm a very much of a survival, and I want to box you. I want to box you and uppercut you. And that's because that's who I've been all my life. Because I've been beat up by life. I have. Not anymore. But I had to fight my way to get to where, I wanted to go KO. But now I have God in my corner. I've God in my corner. I don't have to fight. So I'm good. It's all good. But yeah, so think things through. Let them filter through your brain before it comes out in the old pie hole. And that way you won't have to regret things that you say, right? You can learn to better cope with things. So I have another one that says, I am calm, composed, and in control of my reactions. Oh boy, just talked about this. Again, I kind of lost it a little bit on my reaction because I was really kind of PO'd about what happened. And, I snapped back, and I was not in control. Now, it wasn't a major I lost it or anything like that, but I said some things I wished I hadn't, and, since then I have asked for forgiveness for that, and, and it's all good. It's all good. Basically we just were like, okay, we're human. No harm, no foul, and, so again, I just ask God that, it's a lesson. It's a lesson for me. I'm human. And it says I'm calm, composed, and in control of my reactions. I'm not 100% there yet, but I work on it every day. All right. So just remember, moving forward in a relationship with God or on a journey, spiritual journey, or moving forward journey, it's not something that happens. It's something you have to work on, something you have to pray about, something you have to meditate about. Something that it takes time. Don't expect changes to happen overnight because they don't. So I like this. It says, I am far more resilient than I realized. Boy, I tell you, I know that I am a resilient person. I, by all means, should have been dead 1,000 times over. And it was only God that kept me here. And it was my resilience and God's arm around me that helped me realize how resilient I was, that I could overcome those things. And when I look at those, I realize, wow, but it was only through God that I was able to build up any kind of resilience about things. But I think the resilience just comes from God cheering me on and saying, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And my ancestors, my grandmother, my mother, and all the people that love me who are already gone, cheering me on, saying, you can do this, you can do this. I always felt that love. But I realized that it's my resilience through God and things like that, they mesmerize me there. They leave me in awe because I didn't think I was resilient. And there was a time when it was very scary. I wasn't resilient. And God saved me. He had a better purpose for me. So, and just realize that, the resilience comes from being, it's a bounce back. You go through a thing, you bounce back. You go through something, you bounce back. It's a getting up after you fall. It's what you do with that situation. That's where resilience comes from. It's not laying on the ground. Sure, we're going to have things that keep us on the ground and we cry a little bit and we mourn loss of a child, somebody who dies in our family. Yes, we all go through the loss of a relationship. We all go through those. But the resilient part is coming where you just scrape it all off and say, I am God's child. God is going to help me through this. And you get up and you move forward. Not backwards, forward. So just know that resilience is something that you have to learn. So another one is, I create a safe mental, emotional, and physical space within. And I do that safety net, because that's what I believe that is your safe mental, emotional, and physical space within, is my relationship with God. It sure is. That's my safety net. I know that even if I fall, I can depend on God. God will be there to catch me. He'll be there to hold me if I make a mistake and dust me off and say, get on up, Cheryl. You can do this. And after a while, you can learn to trust your judgment, and you'll be able to create that space where you say, okay, I'm okay now. I'm okay. And you're not terrified of making mistakes and things like that. So just be aware, that again, another thing that takes time. So I have 3 more cards left. Yay. I think I can finish it. I have 4. I'm sorry. The next one says, the more I am calm, the more my serenity and bliss increase. So when you learn to be calm, I think that the calmness comes from God again. You realize, I got this. God's going to help me handle this. That it's when you start getting all worked up and you're listening to the world and you're living in fear and you're living in scarcity, that's when your serenity and your bliss go bye-bye. And that when you learn that God feeds the birds, does he care more about the birds than he does us? No. God is there for us. And if we trust, there's going to be that serenity and bliss and trust. And that will allow all of that, anxiety to go away. So, yes, I let go of resistance and flow effortlessly with life. Again, I know you guys get tired of hearing it, but when I resist, when I'm using diversionary tactics, when I'm living in the world and I'm listening to the fear and I'm drinking and I'm drugging and I'm hanging out with friends and I'm doing things that I shouldn't be doing, there is no flow in my life except a disaster. A disaster impending, which I say crash test dummy. I don't want to do that. Give your life over to God. Give your life over to peace. Meditate. Give your life over to the universe. Wherever you have to start. To Buddha. To whoever. But there is a better path. And it's not the path of resistance. When you resist, you're going against God. You're going against yourself. So don't do that to yourself. You gotta let go. You gotta pray. You gotta give yourself to God. I promise you, that's the way out. When you do that, the door's gonna crack up and you're gonna see a little bit of light. And then you just move towards that light and keep going. Oh, there's a nice little breeze. Oh, it's so hot here in southern Georgia, let me tell you. So my next to the last card is I choose to respond calmly to whatever arises. Now, again, I just explained to you that I had an incident where I didn't respond calmly. I wasn't like crazy or nuts or anything like that, but again, I'm a fight back person. You don't take advantage of me. You don't push me around. I've always been that person. I will snap back and take your head up. Used to. Won't do that anymore. But I learned to respond calmly to whatever arises. Mostly because I have trust in a relationship with God. And I know that I'm going to be taken care of. But it is up to me to control this. This right here. Can cause so much damage, and you just need to learn not to let it take control. Devil wants you to take control of it. Don't do it. And my last and final card, yay! It says, I feel secure in the knowledge that I am adaptable and resilient. Super important that you allow change, that you don't get locked in a box, that you're not doing the same thing all the time, that you're not living on a tight schedule. And I understand some lives are like that, yes, but that you don't allow flexibility in your life, that you don't allow anything to come in your life that's going to rock the boat or challenge you. Just remember, challenges are the way that God walks us through the forging fires, and that we learn to grow and to feel joy and to feel peace and to be relaxed and know that, God is there with us. He's got our back. But you have to allow that, right? And so we went through all these cards. It's a lot. And I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoy doing that. And again, I'm going to have these cards available for sale. And, and I hope that they'll help you. But if my talks have helped you, please subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think about what I'm doing. Also, subscribe and share this with somebody that you might think that it would be useful for. But all in all, I tell you to turn away from the world and stop listening to the fear-mongering. Stop listening to all the killing and the death and all of the enticements that are put right in front of us to divert us from the relationship with God and the relationship with you. So, I love you all. Heart, look at my heart. And I'll have these on sale too pretty soon. But, know that I love you and I pray for you all every day. And I thank God that I have the ability to be able to do this, because I really do love it. And I love you. Come back to my station every day or my channel. And I will be putting new content out, or you'll be seeing chopped up shorts of this. I hope that you find it useful and valuable. And I hope that you guys have a great day and come back tomorrow and see me, okay? Thank you for joining me on Porch Talk. Thank you very much. And I love you all. Thank you. Have a good day.